91% of Americans fail their New Year's resolutions, and more than half of them quit within the first 3 months, according to a Forbes health survey. Now, why is that? In today's video, I'm going to be explaining why so many people fail before reaching their goals, and how I was able to achieve all of my goals by recreating myself, and how you can do the same too. Now, before I can explain why so many people fail before achieving their goals, we must first look at their fatal points, the exact moments in which they fail, and to analyze it. If we know the pitfalls that 99% of people fall into, we can simply avoid them to succeed. Most people write their New Year's resolutions and just their regular goals out of tradition, with more of a, oh, it would be nice if I had straight A's this year. I mean, like, who doesn't want fucking straight A's? Instead of it having an actual meaning in your life. Why do you want straight A's? To impress your parents, your friends, to get into a good college? Ask yourself these questions and be honest. Answer as if you're trying to convince yourself. You have to find a compelling reason that truly resonates with your values and aspirations. Most people are incredibly unaware of the amount of struggles and roadblocks that are along the way. They simply think it's to sprint directly from where they're at to their goal. No, the greater the goal, the more roadblocks there are. If the greatest goal you've tried to achieve ever is that easy, everyone would have achieved it already. Everyone would know how to make $1 million, get into the Ivy League, and have six-pack abs, but they don't. Why? Because they don't anticipate the hardships and challenges that come with that journey. But we can avoid this by anticipating the obstacles ahead, no matter how simple the goal may seem. Having a proactive approach helps you minimize setbacks and helps you avoid getting overwhelmed by challenges. Now, there's a whole list of common things to avoid and just as many preparations to avoid them, like setting challenging measurable goals, embracing accountability, and evolving with support, which is all great, okay? This is all great. They're all good advice that will help you if you implement them. But are you really going to do all that? Let's be honest here. Do you even remember the first 2 common pitfalls that people fall into? Probably not. It's okay if you don't remember, because I probably would have forgotten to, it doesn't matter. But like I said, the advice is great and all, but no one's really going to remember any of this. So I found an easier way. I simply recreated myself to achieve all of my goals. Now, what do I mean by this? If you're the type of person, the version of yourself to achieve all your goals, you would have achieved all your goals. The reason why you fail to achieve your goals is because you aren't the type of person, the 2.0 version of yourself, to do so. If you're a high school junior in the US and you're interested in consulting, like getting help from Stanford interviewers to do interview prep, having Ivy League students help with their essays, and much more, shoot an email to shinwoo@admitproconsulting.com. The email is also in the description. Now, what does this 2.0 version of yourself look like? What is the next version of yourself that you must become that can get those straight A's, that can get into the Ivy League, that can do the things that you say you can? Well, he's more disciplined, he's more consistent, he puts in more time and effort into his work, he sacrifices the short-term gratification for long-term gratification. Well, great, Shinwoo, thanks for letting me know that I'm a piece of shit. I'm not trying to do that, that's not the point. I'm trying to help you here. The point is to ask yourself, what kind of person, what version of yourself must you become to achieve your goals? And I highly recommend writing this down. I literally wrote on my notes the list of traits that I must have to reach my goals, whether it be academic or just, any goal that I had in mind. Here's my list from a few years ago. I believe this is from, this says 2020. I don't know if you can see, but to become the 2.0 version of myself, I am true to my word. I do the things I say. I am consistent. I put in the work daily to make progress continually. I have self-belief. I know I can achieve anything as long as I put in the work required. Now, it might seem mad narcissistic to do this, but I'm just trying to be transparent. This is exactly what I wrote down and read to myself literally every time I woke up and right before I went to bed. And I honestly think you should do that too. Every time you wake up, take a read, see what type of traits you should have to become the person that can achieve your goals. Now, is that it? Is manifesting all you do? Unfortunately, no, I wish it was that fucking easy. Now, the main part of this is to actually make the decisions that the 2.0 version of yourself would make. So the next time you're at a crossroad to make a decision, whether it's to turn on your phone and scroll through TikTok, I don't know, sitting there for hours like a fucking degenerate, or actually open your textbook and do the homework that was assigned to you, what will you do? What will your 2.0 version of yourself do? You might think it's going to take forever to garner all these traits to become the 2.0 version of yourself, but this simple yet powerful technique lets you become that person in an instant by asking yourself, what would that version of yourself do? What would he choose? If you do the actions that your better self would make consistently, you've already become the person that can achieve your goals. But you see, the greatest challenge is consistency. No matter how many mistakes you make or how slow you progress, you are still way ahead of everyone who isn't trying. It's easy to make the right decision one time, but what about 2 times, 3 times, 1,000 times? It's difficult, but just like Tony says, you're already making strides ahead of everyone because they aren't even putting in the effort like you are by watching this video. When you decide to recreate yourself and start making the decisions that your better self would make, you will fail over and over again. The battle between mind and body is never ending, but that's why I emphasize the importance of reading through a list of traits that you should have every single day to remind yourself of who you are and who you're actually trying to become that will eventually lead to your success. And that's it. If you're a high school junior in the US and you're interested in consulting, shoot me an email, join the Inspire Discord if you want to, link up with other students that are tryhards. Subscribe if you want to help a small channel out. Peace.